This is Brian Myers from JC Off-Road, and I just been overhauled. You're listening to XJ Talk here.
Hey guys, this is Andy from Ironman4x45.com, also known as Ironman Andy, and you're listening to the XJ Talk Show.
xjtalk.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the XJ Talk Show pre-show. You know it, you love it, you gotta have it, that's why you're here. So sit back, listen to Josh and I get ready for the show, and we'll be back with you here shortly. Hopefully we'll start at 10 o'clock tonight, which is Central Time, of course. And it's always a mystery, you never know. And I see Josh has joined us. Anybody that would like to call in, the call-in line is up and going. And if you, it's not muted. So once you get on there, you start talking. If there's more than one person in the chat room and the voice, what am I trying to say? The conference room, you'll be able to speak with them as well as Josh and myself. So putting up the number right now at the bottom of your screen so that you can see that number to call in. It's remember, it's a free conference call line, so that's why we've got so many numbers to call. You call the phone number, and then there's a 6-digit code that you put in for the conference, which is the 219835 that you see on your screen now. So call up, start talking to us. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, good evening, all.
I got to fix my green screen and close the door and put on some underwear and, you know.
Oh, boy. Gonna be one of those shows.
That background looks damn nice. You look like you're highlighted from the back. You know, like there's
that's awesome.
Like there's a body halo. Well, I'm hoping the dueling backgrounds don't confuse people.
Well, you got the scrolling in different directions or something?
No, with something looks wrong.
Uh-oh. Now let me know if there's anything I need to do on my end.
No, I just there's a little black bar at the bottom of your image on the inset, but not on the. Well, let me pull it up. Oh, maybe I don't see it because it has the title. Let's see. Oh, that's missing. Ah, okay. So I need to change this. That's why it's showing that way. Your title bar is not showing on the picture in the picture. People are looking at their screen going, "What? I don't see nothing." No, you just see the logo. So just settle down and lay back and enjoy.
All part of the pre-show, guys. Just Tony and I doing a little bit of shop talking here as we get things set up and organized for tonight's broadcast.
So, multi-view. Huh. I swore that was in there last night.
The picture you sent me had everything in it. It seemed to be, anyways.
Yeah, but I didn't send you a picture of the one with the picture in the picture.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Wow, I got lucky. Randomly picked something and it worked.
I love it when that happens.
I'll give people a little preview here. I'll switch over and see if they both backgrounds scroll simultaneously.
Synchronized scrolling. Coming to an Olympic event near you.
I think that's going to drive people nuts. Let's see. Is it scrolling? I can't see. I can't tell if it's scrolling or not. Yeah,
I've
yours.
got the
Yeah,
live.
yeah, yours is scrolling too.
Okay. I see. I've got the live feed up, and I don't see anything. But
Well, wait about 30 seconds. I'll switch over to.
oh, there it goes.
Switch over to you. You look like you're a little closer to the camera, or the camera zoomed in a little more than usual. I mean, it's fine. I just don't like you being as big as me.
Might be. Might need to just bring it down slightly.
I've raised my chair slightly too. Yeah, it's up to you, but your head's being cut off just ever so slightly.
Yeah, I see that now. See, in my monitor, I've got plenty of space up there. I got plenty of space in my head.
Oh, that's why I'm saying I think you're zoomed in a little bit. I don't know if there's a. I mean, it's nice they can see you better, but
Yeah, right.
your big old melon's not fitting in the screen. It's a 16:9 screen too. There you go. What'd you do? Oh my God, 3D coming at you.
Yeah, see, if I do that, then I'm going to have to do this because...
Oh yeah. Okay, zoom in. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I see what you did because your egg carton packing is showing up.
My foam is showing.
Hey man, that's the best $20 ever spent. That looks good, doesn't it?
It looks amazing.
This is like what radio was in the 50s if they had video and technology.
All right.
Of course, it wouldn't be the 50s. The 2050s. Hey, you got it. Quit preening. So, let's see. Show notes.
Yep.
I'm glad you mentioned Amazon because I can't keep up with the 2-week thing. It's too difficult. I'm so happy that my audio is balanced now.
How long was that bugging you for? Was it just the one episode?
50 shows?
No, seriously?
Yeah, it was only a little bit off, and I thought to myself, why would a single microphone be louder on one channel but not the other?
Yeah, no, that's not right.
But last show it got worse, so. And as soon as I just looked at that pan knob, as soon as I read pan and realized, that's what it was.
Not talking about kitchen equipment.
It went right back to, being balanced. I didn't even, just breathing, just about getting ready to touch it. It goes, and then back to balance. So.
Oh, wow.
It was just, all I had to do was bump it. All those times I could have bumped it and I would have gone, what the hell? Now it's normal. I would never have known. So we are 64 downloads away from 16,000 downloads since like October 3rd or something, I think. So a little over 6 months.
All right, I see a few same things a few things we've gone over before here on this Amazon list.
Oh, it may be because it's for the whole month of May.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, worse things could happen than us repeating something that somebody bought.
Yeah, I'm just going to go through the obvious stuff that I know that we've done here in the last couple episodes.
Hey, did you see the review, the iTunes review?
Oh no, do you got it up here in the show notes yet? I haven't gone that far down yet.
Yeah. That reminds me of a girlfriend I had.
Sorry, I can't read and laugh at the same time.
And fondle myself at the same time. I understand. It's two different portions of the brain.
It's a great review.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You notice that it's 4 stars?
Yeah, we'll take it.
Oh yeah, of course, it's a review, and that's what we always say. Give us a review. We don't care what it is, as long as it's 5. I mean, it doesn't have to be 5 stars.
Refresh my memory again. The foundation company group team or whatever that Jesse Ryder is part of.
You got what I got.
Okay.
But I can look it up. I took some notes somewhere around here.
Tony, are you eating in the studio again?
Hey, man. When you take a nap, you got to do everything you can.
That one I know is a duplicate.
Also, too, I had not seen the opening.
Oh, dude, I posted that up a while ago. Did that before
There it
dinner.
is. I was in here early, so
Okay.
that's when I
Yeah,
looked.
it was before you put in the Amazon stuff. Okay, that's good enough. I am done with the show notes.
Well, no, you're not. You're waiting for me to look up that information. I always want to spell Jesse's name with an I. That'd piss me off if I was him. Team XJR Racing. Went to Weed High School. Wish I'd known that before the interview.
Weed, California? I think there's a Weed, California. Drove through a Weed, California on my way down to the Rubicon.
Yeah, you're right. He says he's from Weed, California, but he lives in Eagle Point, Oregon, or Oregon.
Hey now.
Or Egon.
Do we have any voicemails for tonight?
Yes, 4. 3 Nikki G's and 1.
Ooh.
It's right over here. And I'm going to say it wrong. He says it right, so let me play it.
Hi, this is Altona Mudd from the XJ Talk forum. I am from...
Well, that's not actually... It's ALDONDYCK.
Here, you read it.
No. Just go by with what he said.
Hi, this is Altona Mudd.
So, Altona. It was like tuna, but with Al in front of it. So, Altuna. It'd actually be Altona Mudd, which is his handle on xjtalk.com.
All right. Nikki G putting in 3 this week. Look at that. Okay, are you fine with the order that we have everything in?
Yeah. And did I answer your question for Jesse?
Yes.
Was that's what you were looking for, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we had some sort of record in the show notes of who he's with.
Right. And he sent me some pictures that we'll use in the show notes.
Oh, fantastic.
And
hey, speaking of that, for our topic of chit chat this evening, are you going to post up that picture in on the broadcast?
yeah, I just need to add it to the thing here.
Outstanding.
One of the many things I forget to do. So we're going to mute new callers on the call-in line.
Conference muted.
Yes, it is. And we'll get rid of the call-in line here. We'll be probably, I don't know if we're going to have time for call-ins, but we're going to put the call-in line up, little thing up here in a bit, and you guys can call in. I would recommend that you turn down the YouTube video because there's about a 30-second delay between what you see and hear on YouTube and what you will hear on the phone. So if you guys want to, if you're ever out away from places where you get cell coverage, internet coverage, and you want to call and listen to the show, you can call in and listen on the conference call line there. So, but we may come and ask you what do you want to talk about, and you can just say, I'm just here listening to the show, man. And we'll probably continue talking to you.
Yeah.
Well, tell us where you're at. Are you just a bit outside?
Just a bit outside. I love it.
Yeah. I thought I would cue you there. All right, so let's see. Got the voicemails, got the opening. Got the radio Comtext segment ready. I think I put the time down on that one, like 1912. I think is what the time on that one was.
Did you?
No, I'm sorry. That's Jesse's. Jesse's is 1912.
What do you got for John's segment?
Let's see. I may have to play it. I may have to find it. Here it is. Nope, I don't have to play it. Just have to select it. It's only 2 minutes and 21 seconds, which is good for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Normally, I'd like to hear more and see more from John, but that works in good since we got lots of good stuff tonight.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Voicemails. Interview Jesse. Okay. And where did I put Rob's segment? That is.
No, I took that out because I knew we weren't going to have time for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll have it for next week.
That's why I'm not seeing it. All right.
Damn people with edit privileges.
Making sure here. I'm going to put a note in here. No, we'll do that down by the show wrap up. Just want to tease it for next week.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. And I think you heard what it was. I had not listened to it yet, so I didn't know what he was talking about in the segment. So I saw something there, so I thought maybe you had some idea. I can't believe I'm balanced. I'm so excited.
That's the little things, man. It makes all the difference in the world.
Well, you know, when you're watching the audio bars and they're both equal, it's like, wow.
All right, buddy. You want to push the magic button? I'm good to go.
That's what she said.
I knew it. Set it up and spike.
No, not going to go for that one. All right. Everybody clear their throats. Get your beverage ready. I've had a nap. Okay, so we start with the disclaimer. Let's see, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's where I can read the show notes and know that's
Hey,
right.
How about that?
Okay, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
The XJ Talk Show is for entertainment purposes only. Any advice or information provided on this show should be verified by alternative sources prior to making any changes or modifications to your vehicle. We are not experts, just people that enjoy the Jeep hobby and don't mind talking endlessly about it. P.S. We love you.
To the XJ Talk Show news desk. 89-year-old naked grandmother fights off sword-wielding robber with nothing more than a pepperoni stick and a stroke cane. For the full report, stay tuned till after the show.
Hey Jeepers, today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or any MP3 player. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/XJTalkShow.
Hey stud, it's time for the XJ Talk Show. Now, here's my two favorite boys, Tony and Josh.
Yes, we are, and yes, I am. I mean, I'm Tony, and you know me as Motorroy. I was going to say xjtalk.com, but that would be completely wrong. You know me as Motorroy on xjtalk.com, and this is episode 131. How you doing, Josh?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. The weather is beautiful up here in the Pacific Northwest. And hey, guys, speaking of Northwest, I am known as NW99XJ or Northwest99XJ over at xjtalk.com. The beloved Jeep site, the world's most premier Jeep site, and that's why we're here, guys.
You know, I had never made that connection. The Northwest or the NWXJ99, I'm not doing it right. I never made that connection, but you're actually in the Northwest as well. That's a hell of a coinky-dink.
And I actually own a 99 XJ. How about that?
So you guys can see that Josh put up the moving display behind him today. Those are micro LEDs that are on a board, a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and he had to glue each one of those and wire each one of those. And all the wire, that wire wrapping tool and the little wire wrap, the wiring that you can, all that was soldered to all those little fly specks. Excellent job out there, Josh.
Thanks, and I've got a team of monkeys behind me operating the whole thing, so hopefully everything goes smooth tonight.
Do they have wings? and those little bellhop caps?
No, but they are working for bananas, so I can't complain.
I'm not going to touch that one. All right, so whatever you do on your time is your business. Hey, this is the XJ Talk Show, a podcast about Jeep Cherokees, off-roading, and the tech that you need to get you there and back. We're here to promote the web's most premier website for all that is Jeep Cherokee, xjtalk.com, the friendliest and most helpful Jeep site on the web. xjtalk.com encourages and answers all the questions and concerns that the first-time XJ owners typically have without any flaming or criticism, all while giving you the best, most in-depth articles and write-ups for the repairs and modifications that take your average XJ to the next level. Now get ready. It's the XJ Talk Show, and it starts right now.
First Week in Jeep.
Well, the Jeep Cherokee is back on the recall list. No, it's not the XJ we all know and love. It's the other Cherokee that we all loathe and despise. Once again, it's the 9-speed transmission that's the cause. If anybody recalls, the new Jeep Cherokee's initial launch was delayed by several weeks last fall, and I recall months, but hey, who's counting? For one big reason, it's its transmission. The new buggier than an anthill's 9-speed automatic gearbox was just so new, Chrysler simply couldn't get its software settings right. Many actually applauded Chrysler for taking the time to work out the bugs before sales actually commenced. However, one of the biggest criticisms of the new Cherokee remains the harsh shifting 9-speed transmission. It is an industry first, so bound to have a couple things go wrong with it, but you figure they would have worked that out long ago. Now, I've since nicknamed the Chrysler Fiat no-speed tranny instead of the 9-speed tranny. Now, earlier this month, Chrysler issued a service notice. Hey, guys, that's a fancy way of saying yet another recall for 100,000 Cherokees to receive yet another software fix. Unfortunately for some, not all Cherokees will require the calibration. For instance, my Cherokee, which has the nearly indestructible AW4 automatic transmission, which has less than half the gears and 15 years old, is doing just fine and needs no calibration whatsoever. Any recalibration, retune, adjustment, or any other ops that, or any other stuff that, they didn't get right the first 27 times, software update. But any customers who have had the problems regarding the operation of the transmission will have the fix covered under warranty. Because it's electronic transmission controlled by the software, the 9-speed automatic transmission actually learns the driving habits of the main driver and then adapts the shift patterns accordingly. It also dials into Skynet and then takes over the world. All told, this is the third time Chrysler has had to deal with this issue since October. But still, it had better get this problem right and fixed permanently, because the all-new Chrysler 200 is equipped with the exact same gearbox, and critics and consumers won't take too kindly to another delayed vehicle launch or series of recalls. And this goes into the filed under the feel-good category. You get a chance to win a Jeep and, help some special needs kids all while having some fun. Now, 3 days of fun to be exact, and a Jeep giveaway, and plenty of local music to boot. You'll find it all at the Illuminating Autism fundraiser for High Hopes for Autism organization. The 3-day event starts on this Friday, it's on Friday, June 6th, actually, and runs through Sunday, June 8th at Pirates Cove in Josephine, Alabama. Friday, the music begins at 7 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, the music starts at 11 a.m. and goes through both days. Local artists such as the Peridio Brothers, Rollin' in the Hay, Delta Rain, Stolen Faces, and Big Muddy and the King Size Boogeymen will all be performing. There will also be drawings for prizes, a silent auction, and a special raffle where the grand prize is a brand new 2014 Jeep Wrangler. Tickets for Friday are just $20, and Saturday and Sunday are even half that. Raffle tickets can be purchased at Pirates Cove online and from any of the volunteers on site. Those interested can also win tickets by participating in the Great Puzzle Hunt. Find a piece, get in free, and get a chance to win a Jeep ticket. Hints will be posted on the organization's Twitter and Facebook feeds, and that organization, once again, is High Hopes-for-Autism. That's High Hopes for Autism. Guys, please check them out. They're doing some good stuff. Hey, if you would like to submit a story to be aired on This Week in Jeep, you have a response to any one of the stories I've ever mentioned here, or have a show and shine, off-road show, or other Jeep-related event you'd like to promote, please send an email to newstips@xjtalk.com.
It didn't start playing.
xjtalk.com is where you go when you're not off-road. And now you can go to xjtalk.com when you're off-road too. Using your smartphone, install the Tap a Talk app, then search for XJ Talk. Take XJ Talk with you wherever you go. Jury duty, dinner with your spouse's parents, even, well, anywhere you need your XJ Talk fix.
Hey, this is Tim from Jeep Tubes, and you're listening to the XJ Talk Show.
How would you like to be a guest on the XJ Talk Show? Do you have an interesting story about your Jeep? Maybe an off-road adventure? Perhaps you're a vendor and want to get the word out about your great products. Send us an email to interviews@xjtalk.com or call and leave a voice or text message at 530-675-4102. 530-675-4102. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, we do. Hey, now we're going to do a little segment that we like to call Please Subscribe to Us on YouTube. We want you to subscribe. Please subscribe. Anyway, we've got 518 subscribers now on YouTube, Josh.
Yeah, the numbers keep crawling, keep going up and everything. Crawling, yes. Well, they do climb, and sometimes slowly, but sometimes very fast. We appreciate each and every subscription. If your guys' name is on the list, well, we'll get to it eventually, so hang tight. Today's, this episode's 4 that we have on the list in no particular order. Rolling Dice, 83.
Mythos. Yeah, I think I did it pretty good. Mythos, 237.
Patrick Delaney is in there as well.
And Flip Views channel. Oh, and by the way, we do subscribe back. So if you subscribe, we'll subscribe back to you.
It's true.
Anyway, youtube.com/xjtalk.
Hey, this part of the XJ Talk Show is brought to you by Audible.com. If you like podcasts, there's a good chance you guys are going to like audiobooks too. Especially if you're busy like Tony and I, and we don't have time for all those pesky things with the pages and the words on them and stuff. Hey, besides, reading a book in traffic is kind of bad for your health. Why not just listen to it while you drive? Hey guys, from tech to sci-fi, fiction to fantasy, Audible.com has 150,000 titles to choose from, and even more adding every day. To get you started, the XJ Talk Show has got your hookup. All you got to do is go to audibletrial.com/xjtalkshow, and you get one free title of your choice. That's right. Pretty much anything on their site, absolutely gratis, absolutely free. And all you got to do is sign up. That's audibletrial.com/xjtalkshow. You get a free book, and you help us out as well.
And now we've got, I believe this would be part 2 of last week's Radio Tech by John. You also know him as Pre-Runner 1982 on xjtalk.com.
And now it's time for some Radio Tech.
Another warrior is on the mesa.
This is Radio Tech with my favorite Jeeper, John Pre-Runner 1982.
Last time on Radio Tech, I discussed GMRS and FRS radios as an alternative to the CB radio. This time I'll be discussing the MERS radio. Whereas the GMRS and FRS radios operate in the UHF range, the MERS radio operates in the VHF frequency range, mainly 151 and 154 MHz. MERS is, however, limited to 5 channels, though it is not required that you have a license in order to operate the radio. You're also limited to 2 watts, though you may have a removable antenna, which can increase your range. Normal range for a MERS radio is less than a couple miles, mainly due to the low wattage output allowed. However, with an external antenna, depending on the height that it is mounted, your range can increase to 10 or more miles. Like the GMRS and FRS radios, the MERS radio also has to be Part 95 type accepted. However, with MERS, you're allowed to operate different modes. In addition to voice, which includes FM, AM, and phase modulation, you can also operate data, telemetry, telecommand, and digital. Since MERS is not limited to just voice transmissions, there are other radio products that operate on the MERS frequencies. Wireless base station intercoms, wireless public address units, customer service call boxes, wireless remote switches, and wireless call boxes with and without gate opening capabilities. That's really about it for the MERS radio. Now there will be a link in the show notes to a write-up on xjtalk.com. And as always, if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me at prerunner1982@yahoo.com. Until next time, this is John, Prerunner1982, saying 73.
Hey, another great segment. Thanks, John. And wow, what a pretty good deal there on the production value. Hey, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually going to be drafting up a comment to him as we speak here. I'm just finishing up that because I have a hard time talking and typing at the same time. There we go. Yeah, I was going to send off a little something to John and congratulating him with a very nice job done, man. That's some excellent production work there, and really glad to have you a part of the show and submitting those. And guys, you can do the same thing. You know, Tony and I, we just got some fancy equipment here, but that doesn't mean you guys can't get in on some of the action as well and be a part of the show and get on the air just like John, Prerunner 1982, did with that Radio Comtech right there. Whether it's a Jeep tip, electrical and audio tips, or you got a CB tip or something like that, you guys can get on the show too using something like your smartphone. You know, all you got to do is download the Tap a Talk app, or the Tape a Talk app. I'm sorry, Tape a Talk app on your cell phone. Even some of the newer cell phones have some great audio recording software built into them as well. Record something while you're out on the trail, or, you know, hop in to a quiet room and record something like a Jeep Tips or a Radio Comtech, something like that, and let us know about it. And we'll figure out how we're going to go ahead and hook up and get that file to us and get that on the show. We'd love to have you guys a part of the show. We love the interaction. Keep it up. Thank you, John, Prerunner 1982, for this week's Radio Comtech.
Yeah, and by the way, I haven't shared this with you yet, Josh. We got an email from Zach. He wants to know how to. He wants to be set up on Dropbox so he can start sending us stuff.
Hey, very cool.
It was so many items that he wants to send us. It was almost threatening.
Oh my!
Yeah, so that's great news. So we look forward to that, and we really appreciate you guys taking us up on our offer to get set up on Dropbox and start dropping things in our box. So
I'm not going to touch that one.
Hey, should we talk about ball joints? No, we're not going to talk about ball joints. We're going to talk about something that's a hell of a lot better.
Well, Tony, while we're here, so sliding right into our Memorial Day or onto our chit chat segment, I want to ask you how your Memorial Day went.
It was pretty good. It started off pretty interesting on Saturday. I think I was actually taking a shower and I heard the dog barking and the door chime go off. And I thought, well, that's kind of strange. Maybe it's the neighbor coming over to visit my wife or something, but that was even strange. So I got out of the shower and I came out, and something that's not too unfamiliar around here, especially since I buy a lot of things from Amazon, both for the Jeep and the computer stuff, there was a box. It was a delivery. And it was a USPS, a U.S. Postal Service box, fairly good size box, not huge, but something substantial. And over the past year or so, I've been purchasing so many things on Amazon.com. I don't remember ordering it most of the time. I have to go back and look and try to figure it out. You know, the easiest thing to do is just open up the box and look and go, oh yeah, that's right. So I know it's like you order something and a couple of days later it shows up when you go Amazon Prime. Anyway, I opened this thing up and I looked in there and I thought, well, that's kind of strange. And it looks like a flag. You know how they can fold it up into a triangle, a big triangle.
Yeah. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, did I order an American flag?
Well, I actually had told my wife I wanted to get one because I wanted to stick outside, especially like on Memorial Day. And she actually had purchased one, and I thought, well, this is strange. Did I open this box? Is it? Did I misopen this box? Was it one of my girls that had ordered something? My oldest girl is big into patriotism and history, and she's actually got a "Don't Tread on Me" flag on her wall. and a nice big American flag in there as well.
Good for her.
So I thought maybe I'd misopened her box, and I looked and said, no, Tony McElroy, and okay. So I took the flag out, and I saw that there was a mountain patch, like a military patch, attached to the flag. It's got a Velcro backing, so it was attached to the flag. And then I saw there was a manila folder in there. So I opened the manila folder and started looking at it, and I was really surprised. It all started coming to me because a month or so ago, Dan from him from the 4x4 podcast had asked me for my address, that he was going to send me something. And I thought it was rather clever. I looked up on Google Maps what my longitude and latitude was, and I gave him grid coordinates.
Well, hopefully he didn't send the ordnance your way.
No, he laughed and he says, I don't need grid coordinates for anything I'm sending you. So I gave him my address, and this flag showed up.
Now let me interrupt you for just a quick second, Tony. Isn't Dan currently deployed?
Yes. And I don't know where this came from until I actually opened up the manila folder and read what it had to say about the flag. But yeah, he's over in Afghanistan. I think he's going to be there a total of 15 months, all told. And just recently had a birth of a child, which I don't know, guys. I don't know if I could say, yeah, send me to Afghanistan. I want to go over there with my wife pregnant and 2 little girls already, because I don't care how good you are or how safe you are. That's dangerous. It's dangerous for the family as well, because you could not be there with your family. And I don't know that I would have the courage to do that. I think it'd be easier to go over there and get shot at than it would be to think about the possibility of not returning home to my children, especially at that young of an age. So, I mean, I can't say enough about Dan going over there and doing that. And I'll add, he's continuing to do the 4x4 podcast from over there.
The guy is just an absolute machine.
Yeah, he actually recorded some extra interviews and things, and he's been mixing them and then uploading them from Afghanistan. So if you've listened to if you've listened to any of the recent podcasts, those are actually podcasts that he's worked on there in Afghanistan. Anyway, so I'm going to go off on a tangent here. That just amazes me that I can sit and chat with him online, and he's in Afghanistan, and I'm, all the way around the other side of the world, and we can just go back and forth, chat about things. It's amazing. 21st century really is here.
Oh, no, absolutely. That is just way cool. So, obviously, you got a box. It came from Afghanistan. Yeah. I probably didn't, I don't know if it said that on there or not. I would have been a little weary opening a random box from Afghanistan, but no, so Dan sent you a flag, and what was in the manila envelope?
Well, the manila envelope, I'll show this up to the camera real quick, which is great for podcasting, audio podcast.
Yeah.
And I can't see it.
This is the reason, guys, you need to tune in to the live show every Thursday, 10 p.m. Central over at youtube.com. You guys got to check out our YouTube channel, and it's where we broadcast our live show. You get to access to the pre-show as well as access to the post-show every Thursday, 10 p.m. Central. You guys can chat with Tony and I live in our chat section, and, all kinds of other fun as well. So right now, Tony's going to hold up that certificate, and of course, my screen is blocking part of it, as the picture-in-picture often does. But nonetheless, that's quite a big certificate that you got there, Tony. I was figuring it was 8.5 by 11 or something like that, but that looks that's
what it is. God, I hope that's the size, because the display case I ordered is for an 8.5 by 11 and a flag 14 inches bottom measurement. Anyway, so the certificate says 10th Mountain Division, Combined Joint Task Force 10, Regional Command East, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan. This flag of the United States of America is presented to Tony McElroy on behalf of all service members and civilians of Combined Joint Task Force 10, Regional Command East, and the 10th Mountain Division, LI, in honor of your devotion and love of country. This flag, this flag was flown over CJTF 10 headquarters, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, on the 4th of May, 2014. And it's signed by Rodney Ray Lewis, Command Sergeant Major, U.S. Army Division Sergeant Major. And also by Stephen Townsend, Major General, U.S. Army. I'm sorry, commanding general. So, I mean, it's an amazing honor.
Yeah.
I find it hard just to remember to send emails back to people because, I'm busy.
Yeah.
And Dan's over there fighting for us in Afghanistan, and he took the time to get all this signed and boxed up and sent to me. It was a great honor, and it was amazing for it to come on Memorial Day. In a post today, I said, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have it here in front of me, but in the post that I put up about this, I said on a weekend that we're supposed to be thinking about our fallen soldiers, Memorial Day weekend. Here was a soldier in Afghanistan thinking about a non-soldier. And if you think about it, that's what those soldiers that have given their lives, and even the ones that continue to put themselves in harm's way, what they do daily. They're thinking about us, and that's the reason why they're over there fighting. Now, Dan and I chatted a little bit this morning, and I had asked him some questions about it. I asked him about the the division patch. Oh, I haven't shown the flag. I'm sitting here thinking about all this stuff, and you can see the division patch that he sent. I asked him about this, if it was a specific one to his unit, and he says it was. Now, why can't I turn that? There we go. I'm too stupid to do it. I'm used to a mirror. And here's the flag. It's your typical beautiful American flag that you see other nations burning from time to time. This one won't be. It'll be in a display case. And if somebody comes in my house and tries to do anything to it, I will stop them.
Yes.
I'll stop. I'll only go that far in my words. Anyway, so I asked Dan about this patch because I'm not a military person and I don't really know that much about this stuff. So I asked him if this patch was unique to his division, and his response was, yes, that's our patches, our division's patch. The cross bayonets is because we are infantry division. Let me see if I can get this back up here. The cross bayonets are, we're an infantry division. The shape represents the power of a powder keg. And the mountain tab is unique because we are designed for alpine warfare during World War II. And then Dan also added, you may also be interested in knowing that the flagpole the flag was flown on is right next to one of the World Trade Center tower I-beams.
Wow.
It was brought here and set in concrete outside our headquarters building as a memorial.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That gave me chills up the back of my spine. Seriously, I got goosebumps right now. That's just absolutely incredible.
I normally have problems reading things, but that's what I'm doing right now is I'm having all these electrical shocks that go through me because this is such a powerful thing for somebody to give to me. And very much appreciative. My family probably is not very happy because they can never buy me anything because I always buy things for myself. This is something I could not have gotten for myself. This is not something that I could have bought for myself. Actually, if I'd bought it, it would not have meant the same thing as it is when somebody just says, I'm going to send this guy this because I don't know. I mean, I always try to use words in support of our military and support of our soldiers, especially the ones that have come back with physical and mental injuries because of the war. And I'm a very staunch supporter of our military, and I think that we ought to do a lot better job in taking care of them, both on field and back home. So, thank you very much, Dan. And if you guys have never been over to the 4x4 podcast, just go over to the4x4podcast.com and listen to some of those shows Dan has done and will continue to do, and you'll get a very good sense of how great a guy he is. And, funny thing, Josh, is Dan was a great guy before he sent me the flag.
Yeah, no, this is just absolutely amazing. I'm almost speechless. And I mean, the sentimental value that is now attached to that, its significance, everything about that. I mean, just absolutely, completely priceless. And, and I hope that gets displayed very prominently in your home, Tony. That's just an absolutely amazing honor. Big thanks from me personally out to Dan. for going out of his way to do that. Obviously, he didn't have to do that. I'm sure that he had to pull some strings or something to make all of that happen. And for him to choose you out of all people to bestow that honor upon is just something. that was not a backhanded compliment, I promise you.
No, you know what? It's funny. I'm making light of it. It's funny because my wife is looking at me and going, why do people do this for you? Because it's like my wife, who supposedly loves me, thinks that I'm just too mean to people.
Well, I'm gonna take a line out of the Ron Burgundy story, the Anchorman story, and be like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm a pretty big deal.
Yeah, there we go.
So let me add real quick. I did allude to the case. I found it immediately. Went upstairs, got on the computer, got on Amazon, and started looking for a flag case. I've never had a flag, and certainly never one from our military, and certainly not from Afghanistan, a field of battle. And I wanted to put this in a case so that it would be, everybody's little sticky fingers would stay off of it, including my own. And I found that they actually had cases for flags and documents, which was perfect because I was thinking I was going to put the document in a nice framed glass thing next to it, but no, I can put them together. So for $80, I got this nice wood framed case, glass. I think it's tempered glass, and that's where this is going to be going. And I've been trying really hard not to touch it. I told Dan on chat that when I get home every day, I look to make sure it's still where I left it, because I don't want anybody messing with it. Oh, and this is the other interesting thing. When my daughter got home after, I think she was out Saturday when this came in, and she got home, and my oldest daughter, Cassie, and I think my wife pointed it out to her, and she goes and she looks at it. She looks at the flag. It's like, okay, it's a flag. And then she sees the badge that's on there, and the patch rather. And then it's like, oh, well, look at the document in the folder. And she got teary-eyed and was trying to hold back tears. And she was just saying, this is amazing.
Really is.
So my wife was very excited about it as well. And in fact, between my wife and Cassie, Cassie, they are fighting over where this is going to be placed in our house.
Oh,
now I already had a place for it. I was going to put it right here in my room so I could look at it.
Yeah.
But this is an honor, not only for myself, but to the family. And I'm happy to share it with them.
And thank you, Tony, for sharing this with us as well. And guys, Tony does have some pictures of the flag, the badge, and the document posted up at xjtalk.com. Just head over to xjtalk.com and do a search for Memorial Day, and I'm sure that you can find that post very easily. And I would encourage you guys to chime in and give your support. And please give your support to Dan over at the 4x4 podcast. It's 4x4podcast.com. He's doing some good things over there. Probably about the only other guy that can not only be deployed at the same time as doing a podcast, but also everything else that he does. So big thank again to Dan Cole for putting this out there. Thank you.
Yep, Captain Dan Cole. And I've got the image of the document and the flag up on your screen right now. If you're live with us here tonight, Thursday, 10 p.m. on YouTube Live. Of course, if you can also watch this on our YouTube channel. youtube.com/xjtalk.
Well, speaking of deployment and honor and everything patriotism, I'd like to give a plug out there and a big shout out to the Hidden Wounds XJ Project. Guys, we've talked about this on the podcast a few times before. I very much encourage you guys to please head over to their Facebook page. That's facebook.com/hiddenwoundsxj. These guys really just doing some amazing work over there. They're trying to put together this build right now. They actually just got the Cherokee here in the last couple of weeks. When it's done, when the build is done, it's going to travel around to car shows and off-road events to spread the word about soldiers coming back from battle with PTSD and TBI. It's post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury. These are hidden wounds. They're wounds that are not superficial. You can't see them, but it very much affects soldiers as they come back from deployment. And I highly encourage you guys, please go over to the Facebook page, support them. They've got shirts, they've got stickers, all proceeds go to the build. Hidden Wounds XJ. Go check them out.
Hey, we got a caller. Let's get Jake on here. See if he actually meant to get on the line or not. Got to click the right thing. Hey, Jake, you with us?
I am.
What's going on, man?
But I'm back.
What's going on? This is Jake up in, where are you, Jake? You're not in Conroe, are you?
I am at that.
All right, Jake in Conroe, Texas, USA.
You know it. Well, several things. For one thing, congratulations. That's just epic. It really is. And it just shows you the camaraderie and Jeep owners.
Yep. By the way, Jeep. Dan is a Jeep owner and is an xjtalk.com member, and he does quite a bit with his Jeep. So
yes, he does.
Shows quite a bit of things on xjtalk.com and on his on site, the 4x4 podcast. So Jake, what are you doing tonight? I'm surprised you haven't been here in so long. So should we chew on you about that or let you slide?
Well, I got a pretty good excuse. I haven't been home for about 3 months. So.
Oh, you've been out with your mom, who has been ill for a pretty good while, right?
Yeah, she just at the beginning of February got a bone marrow transplant. She's been battling leukemia for 2 years.
Oh boy, that's a tough battle.
Yeah, it is. And I know that you have been posting up on xjtalk.com under the prayers section, and I'm hoping that those prayers that were given you are making a difference.
They are very much so, and I appreciate each and every one.
So anything new to go with the Jeep there, Jake?
Oh yeah. Back home, finally get to go back working on it. I've been waiting 3 months to be able to do that. I just received 2 days ago a 50-inch LED light bar that's going to go up top, and I've got to order a few parts to be able to do the rear disc brake swap. I already got a ZJ axle sitting out back waiting.
Oh, it's very good. I love the disc brake swaps. I love seeing those get done on the Cherokees. It's a fantastic upgrade. It's a great improvement for the stopping power on any Cherokee. So that's going to be a fun project, and I hope you take pics along the way and post it up in your build thread on xjtalk.com.
Oh, Jake does a great job of posting up. So yeah, we really appreciate that.
Well, best of luck on the conversion there on the XJ, Jake, and of course all the best goes out to you and your family, and of course your mom, and best wishes and prayers there as well.
Yeah, Jake, thanks a lot for calling in. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Amazon.com and the XJ Talk Show present You Bought What?
Well, guys, time for a little bit of levity. We got real serious there for a little bit, so we're going to lighten things up just a little bit and have some fun. This is the part of the show we do every other week called Amazon You Bought What? And how it works is the XJ Talk Show and Amazon.com have a great relationship going on. And how it works is we encourage you guys to head over to xjtalk.com or xjtalkshow.com. You're going to find an Amazon banner right there on the home page. You click on that, it takes you straight over to Amazon.com, where you can do any online shopping you can possibly think of and purchase, well, anything from a big screen TV to Jeep parts to, well, some of the weird, crazy stuff that we find on the list here every now and again that throws us a nice little curveball and gives us something funny to talk about. You guys aren't going to pay a red cent, not a dime more for anything that you purchase, but Amazon.com gives us a small little kickback. It's a great way for you guys to support the show and help us keep the lights on over at the XJ Talk Show. And not only that, but Amazon has agreed to give us a small little list of what you guys have been buying. Now, we don't get to see who's buying what. All we get to see is basically what's on the list and, well, roughly about how much it cost and everything. And that's the list that we go through during this part of the show called Amazon You Bought What?
And it's always fun. I don't care what people buy. It's always fun to go through. It's neat seeing what people, not only what they've purchased on Amazon.com, but the people, what they buy, and they've thought of us before they went over to buy it. So it's like a two-step process. Going to
xjtalk.com or xjtalkshow.com, clicking on the link, it takes you automatically over to Amazon, and then you shop. So, wow, I mean, they thought of us before they went to Amazon, Josh. That's what this means.
Yeah, no, that's really cool stuff. And yeah, basically this means that you guys are going out of your way to help support the show. Tell a friend about it too. You know somebody who's about ready to buy something online, turn them on to this little process. It's just one extra click they got to do, and it really helps promote the show and helps support the show as well. And really, just that little kickback, and we're talking just fractions of a percent here, and it all goes right back into the show to help bring more production value, and of course segments like this, where we have some fun. So I'm going to dive right in here, and in apparel and accessories division, we find an extra big size Flex Fit capstone, and I'm not sure exactly what is on it, but nonetheless, it's an extra big size is how they call it, extra big size. Now I've got a big melon head myself, so I don't even know what my hat size is, but I know that oftentimes the Flex Fit backs don't fit me. So something like this, extra big size Flex Fit, would definitely fit my big blockhead.
Well, I'm glad you didn't pick the one I wanted. I wanted to do this men's/women's one size suspenders, adjustable, various neon colors, but this one's in black.
Oh,
have you ever seen a woman wearing suspenders? I mean,
I can't,
outside the bedroom.
No. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say there's time and place for that sort of thing, but yeah. No, that's cool. I love the suspenders. I own a couple pairs of suspenders, but they're not neon. They're not rainbow, and I've got something like that as well. But those are for very specific outfits and suits and things like that. So, but moving right along here, I saw the polyurethane and I got all excited, especially blue polyurethane. Now that's some cool stuff right there. But this is a Parts Unlimited blue polyurethane fuel line. It's 5/16 inch inside diameter and a 25-foot roll. So that might be going with this Airtex E2000 electric fuel pump that's on the list as well. Somebody doing some fuel work on their Jeep.
You may have a problem if every time you smell polyurethane, you start salivating.
Yeah, it's what do they call that? A Pavlovian response?
Response. I know. Yes. So, it looks like somebody's doing some, I don't know. I shouldn't have picked this one. It looks like a Schumacher BAF MT coated marine terminal end. That wouldn't be like for a battery. That would be like a one of those metal clip with a hole type thing on it, wouldn't it?
Possibly Schumacher. Now that's the only Schumacher I know is a Formula One racer. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But the Schumacher BAF MT2. The terminal end. It's marine coated, and these are basically kind of what you end up putting on the battery. These are battery terminals for all intents and purposes, but they've got the post on one end, so you just clamp these onto the battery, and then you've got like a butterfly wing nut type of thing on the one side that you can load up a bunch of accessories onto. These are the kind of posts that I actually have on my battery. I use the brass kind that are basically corrosion free, and I couldn't be one of the best purchases I've ever done for my electrical system. So let's see, we got one here. It's K&N, that's cool. Yeah. K&N 810261 fuel filter. I wonder if that's the same person that purchased the fuel pump and the fuel line. But a K&N fuel filter. So I'm going to assume that's something that goes in line. Most likely, and that's a great addition to any fuel system.
I think I'd mention here real quick, if you actually know what the K&N 810261 fuel filter is, thank you. Josh just deleted that while I was reading it. If you know anything about that specific part number, I'll just mention on Amazon it's $7.68. So if that's a steal of a deal, you might want to head over there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is an inline filter. I'm looking at an image of one of those things right now, and definitely a nice little addition. So, I mean, if you're the fuel filter that's built into the pickup on the mechanism that's inside the tank is not working well for you, that might be something you want to add to your fuel system to keep things clean.
Well, see, go ahead. I'm torn between these two. I don't know if I want to. I'm going to go with this one because I think I got a decent joke. The Brute Power 90119 new clutch kit. Now this is $107.86. So this is a big buy, at least for us on Amazon.com. And I when I first read that, I thought, hey, that reminds me, I need to get some new cologne because I'm almost out.
Brute. Okay, I get it.
Went a long way for a bad joke.
that was a long drive for that. But so what else we got here? We've got speaking of well, no, that was the Brute Power Clutch Kit that you just mentioned. Yeah, $107. That is just awesome.
I was torn between it and the radiator.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of radiator stuff on our list recently.
Summertime's coming up.
Yeah, weather's starting to get warmer and everything else, so there might be some overheating problems that have been kind of lurking for a little while and are just now rearing their ugly head, and people are having to take care of them. So this one is interesting because there's no description; it's just a title, but it's underneath the books section, and it's called "Speaker for the Dead."
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely got my interest. I'm going to look that one up. That might be something you guys can find over at audible.com even. I thought you were going to let the whole thing play.
No. I don't want to get another call like this.
It's a Jeep podcast, fellas.
So anyway, speaking of books, and I bet you they got these on audible.com as well. The Chronicles of Narnia. $18.64. They're cheaper if you get them for the Kindle, guys, but they're even easier to read if somebody else is reading them to you. So audible.com.
Let's see. I've got one here. This is Amazon Basics USB 2.0 A male to A female. Yeah, that's a good matchup right there. Extension cable, 9.8 feet, over 9.5 feet of USB extension. Very interesting. I wonder what they're relocating.
Oh my God, Josh, there's so many left here that I just don't know what to pick. But we need to wrap this up. I'm going to go with this Vizio 5.1 soundbar with wireless subwoofer and satellite speakers. $212. Cha-ching.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we've had some big purchases here. I think last holiday season we actually had a big screen TV that was purchased, a 50-inch big screen TV that somebody purchased through Amazon.com. And guys, it's not a contest, but we do love seeing those big purchases. But we also like seeing this little stuff like bacon salt and heart-shaped confetti and things like that they get thrown out there every now and again. So, guys, keep up the purchases. A great list. It's been growing just by leaps and bounds. So keep up the great work. Keep those purchases coming. Head over to our websites, xjtalkshow.com or xjtalk.com. Click on the Amazon banner and shop away.
We just found out what you bought.
Oh my God, I just can't believe that made it on the list.
I just can't believe you can do all those voices. So we're going to do our play an interview that we did, I guess a 3 weeks ago now. I know Jesse has been more than ready for me to put this this up on the show. And actually, let's see. I noticed I got some chat here. What is it? They're talking to me here on Facebook during the show. It's like, hey, is this? I think this is from Angelic, Jesse's girl, and there's a song in that, isn't there?
I was going to say, I don't think there's a song in there, isn't there?
She says, hey, is his interview going to be on the air tonight? And then there's some sort of threatening symbol she put. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's just a little smiley face. So that's cool. So yes, Angelic, it is. It's going to be on just here in a second. Now, if you guys aren't aware, we've been teasing this a little bit, but of course, some of you may have missed out on it. Jesse is with the team XJR Racing, and he is taking his daily driver, two-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee, not to be confused with the 2014. And he is doing things to the motor, the 4.0, to make it go fast, as in quarter mile fast. And I believe he was currently at 13 on the quarter mile, 13 seconds on the quarter mile, but he was shooting for 11 seconds. Now, the big thing about this is, I mean, more so than it just being a Cherokee, the big thing about this is that he's doing it naturally aspirated, as well as the 4.0.
Yeah, because there's guys out there that are adding superchargers, turbo, NOS, the whole 9 yards to keep this thing naturally aspirated and in the 13-second range and maybe even knocking on the door of 12 seconds or less. That is extremely impressive for a 4-liter Jeep. That is just fantastic. I can't wait to hear this.
Well, that's a brick with wheels. with a hell of an engine that really isn't designed to go fast. It's a lot of torque, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of torque, which, you know, is very important in going fast, but it doesn't, I mean, 5,000 RPMs is the top rev on these things. So it's not something that you would think of when you don't think about racing, and you certainly don't think about drag racing, at least not taking one to a strip with a pretty much stock 4.0. So we're going to play this interview here for you, and I want you to pay attention closely to his corporate sponsors. Now, he's just an individual, and he went out and spoke to these guys, the various places, and they were helping him out. And sometimes they were helping him out to the tune of custom modifying a header that was made for a TJ. They customized it to fit in an XJ.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, not only were they giving him stuff to put on the Jeep, they were modifying it in their shop before they sent it out to him. So anyway, let's get to that interview right now. Hey guys, we're back with another interview. It's been a pretty good while since we've had an interview, and actually we're lucky enough that Jesse here was beating up on me saying, hey, I want to be on the show. I want to do an interview. I want to tell you guys about my quarter-mile XJ naturally aspirated 4.0 liter engine. Jesse, I don't think it could be done, but before we get into that, let's hear a little bit about you. What your name is Jesse Ryder, where you located, and just some background about yourself.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for having me. My name's Jesse Ryder. I'm the owner and chief mechanic of Team XJR out of Eagle Point, Oregon. And what we're doing is trying to beat a time set by Cherokee XJR of 12.9 in their turbo XJ, and we're going to do it with a naturally aspirated motor.
Now, how in the world do you think you're going to be able to accomplish that? That is pretty damn fast.
The main thing for us is finding out what works and what doesn't, and trying to combine everything together. Right now, we got a good MSD ignition system on there, stage 2 K&N cold air intake, custom exhaust by Flowmaster. I mean, that was the big thing. Our sponsors, Flowmaster, hooked us up with a modified Scavenger Series header and a full entire header back exhaust system. Also running BBK 62 millimeter throttle body, oversized injectors, and a handful of other stuff. One of the biggest things that's going to give us a good amount of horsepower is an aluminum head, and there's only one company that makes those, and that's Hesco. They run you a pretty penny, but it's also a big boost in horsepower.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize it was a big boost in horsepower. I understand the lighter it is and the more horsepower you have, the faster you're going to go. But I didn't realize that that actually was a boost. I guess what I did was I looked at the Hesco head and I went, oh, so pretty. Oh, God, so expensive. Turn page, move forward in the browser.
Exactly. And, one of the things that really helps out with that head is being that the 4 liters run so hot. And with that aluminum head, the air-fuel mixture is setting off a lot cooler than it would with the cast iron one that comes with it.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. You're getting me thinking here, Jesse. I don't want to spend that kind of money. What are those things? They're about $1,000, aren't they?
$1,800 is directly from Hesco. Yeah, they're a pretty penny. It's one that's really, really hard to justify. But if you're going to make it fast, you got to spend the money.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're gonna, don't go out there to play unless you're going to pay. I mean. And it's great that you've got sponsors. You kind of hit on that. What sponsors do you have for this mad thing that you're trying to do?
Our biggest supporters, our biggest sponsors, by far, Flowmaster, B&M, and Hearst. The people there, they really care about the little guy. Our team is small. We got one build that we're working on, Project White Thunder, and later on down the line, we'll probably do an off-road project with a full-size Waggy. But, Flowmaster, those are our people. I mean, they're just great. And, every time we're in a crunch, they always got our back. So, big shout-out to those guys.
Oh, that's great. It's great to hear, too, because this isn't a money-making deal for you. This is just a hobby that you're trying to do. And these sponsors have jumped in and helped you out, which is just great to hear, surprising to hear. It's very nice to know that somebody can have a dream, and all you have to do is be driven towards that dream, and there's companies that'll help you out. I mean, I'm sure it'll help them to sell their product, and I know it's not a altruistic endeavor that they're going for here. They want to promote their product, but I could see them doing that towards somebody that had I don't know, $100,000 XJ trying to out on the Bonneville salt flats trying to break 700 miles an hour. Now, did I just give you an idea, Jesse? Is that what you might try in the future?
You really nailed it. I mean, there's so many people out there with a lot more financial backing and a lot more, available to them. This is something that I fund out of my pocket, all our builds. I mean, as far as parts go, we get help from time to time, but you're right. I mean, this is a hobby of mine. It's something that makes me happy and I enjoy doing. And I mean, we're the definition of mom and pop, just starting out and doing what we love.
Well, tell me what you've done so far. Now, I believe you said you've already done some 13-second quarter miles. Is that true?
As of right now, we're running a 13.9 in the quarter mile. I want to try and lighten up the XJ without butchering it because, I love my Jeep. We have the PCM is performance programmed by Super Chips, and I'm also running a flash pack, which helps out a lot with the motor running at its full potential. It's letting it know just how far it can go, and that was a big boost for us.
Well, that's interesting. I might actually talk to you a bit about that offline. I've been having some issues with mine since I put my crane cam and 60 over pistons, and it sounds like I didn't realize that somebody could flash the ECM on those things. It might be worth me getting one and letting them do some stuff to it, see if I can't open mine up a little bit.
And that's the thing. A lot of the stuff that we've done to this project is stuff that people didn't know was available for the 4.0. For example, the header we're running, they don't usually fit. It's a Scavenger series from Flowmaster. They usually only fit Wranglers, and the techs at Flowmaster actually modified a few of the pipes so everything would clear. So my XJ is the only one running that particular header in the whole entire world.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned the Wrangler, because it seems to me that's the thing you see most people doing super modifications to, making it very torquey. I'm sure we've all seen the video where the Wrangler's in the parking lot doing a tight circle, and he actually flips the thing because of the torque and the from the engine. So I think it's really cool that you're taking this brick and trying to move it down the track so fast.
Yeah, and I've caught a lot of jokes and whatnot. Well, why don't you just do it to a muscle car or something? And the thing is, I got my first Jeep when I was 15 years old. It was a 76 J10 full-size truck, and I've been in love with Jeeps my whole life. When I bought the Cherokee, it was a factory two-wheel drive, and the first thing that came to mind is, let's make it fast. I'm a big fan of muscle cars. I'm a big fan of Mopar, and I want to be different. I want to break stereotypes that Jeeps are only jacked up. I mean, I love off-roading, but I mean, this is something that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah, well, we've actually had Matt Adair from Petty Cash Racing on our show before, and that was another deal where somebody was taking a Jeep Cherokee and taking it out to the track, the same track that you see these high-paid racers with their high-paid automobiles racing around it, and they were going out in this Le Mans race, Lemon said a certain way, and driving for 24 hours at racing it. And it was an amazing thing to hear. I had no idea. I've just got my little Cherokee and my little four-wheel drive corner of the world, and here I'm hearing about people racing and quarter-mile racing, and hey, I think it's great. I mean, I don't know if everybody did, but I think when we were all first getting into automobiles, that was the thing that was the most exciting to us, because how fast can you go in that quarter mile or half mile or, whatever it was, usually on the street, but You have to learn and grow up. I personally got out of doing that stuff because I didn't ever think I was going to kill myself. I figured I was going to kill somebody else, either a passenger or somebody I hit. So that's the reason why I got into trucks and Jeeps, was because I needed something that I could not feel like I need to go really fast in.
Right. Yeah, understood. I mean, usually with my project, people either love it or they hate it. There's a lot of people out there that say Jeeps aren't for going fast, and it's pretty much correct. But the thing is, I mean, the 4-liter engine is such a great engine. There's so much out there that you can do to it. And a lot of people have said, well, drop a small block in it. And it's like, well, that takes away from the originality of what we're trying to do. We're trying to take the original power plant and just beef it up as much as we can and just make it something that's breaking the mold. Now, is this a stroker, or did you say something or post or something about going to a stroker in the future? In August, we're going to be trying to break Cherokee XJR's 12.9 quarter-mile run, and we're going to do it in a naturally aspirated 4-liter. After that's done, we're going to turn it into a 4.8 stroker with a Eaton M90 supercharger on it. And I've talked to a lot of techs, and they said it can be done. One of the things you got to do is run a smaller pulley, and you'll get about 9 to 11 psi out of it, forced induction. Okay. Now let me ask you. I don't want to go too far off on the technical side of things, but I've learned, because of what I was doing with my engine, that the springs that come with the 4.0 head really aren't strong enough for much of a cam. In fact, with the crane cam that I'm running, I'm at the edge, and I think that's what's causing my problem. I kind of have it almost seems like a valve floating issue between 4,200 and 4,500. After 4,500, it lights right up all the way to 5,000, which isn't very far, but you can physically feel that it's taken off. And but during that very 2,500 RPM time frame, it almost feels like it's going backwards. So I don't know if it's springs or if it's the computer or what. Now, you've had to have tackled this problem. As far as with the PCM and the horsepower that we put into it, we're still working out some bugs. But I mean, nothing really too major. It's just a matter of trying to tune everything in so I don't blow the thing up or break something. I got to be able to go down the track successfully. So basically, you haven't had an issue with any valve floating because the springs aren't strong enough or quick enough. Are you using stock springs on yours? Yes. We haven't really dipped into the internals too much, but it's a low mileage XJ. That might, have some help in our scenario. Okay, cool. Well, I was just wondering about that. I figured that you had run across the same issue that I did. Of course, I don't know for sure that it's a spring issue. It may be something else. The cam could be throwing off the timing enough where the computer is getting confused about the timing. I don't know. One of the things I've got to figure out. We're definitely on a learn as we go type of curve. There's some stuff that don't work, and you got to get back to the drawing books and find something that is going to be successful in the engine. Now, you mentioned earlier that you don't want to really trash your XJ, so this kind of sounds like a daily driver. I've really figured you were stripping this thing to the bare bones, maybe putting a small cage in it just to be safe, and just really ripping the weight off of it, but it doesn't sound like you're going that direction. Sir, you're exactly right. This is my daily driver. I drive it to work every day. The thing with it that is definitely beneficial to me, being a two-wheel drive, it's about 600 pounds lighter than a four-wheel drive XJ, just due to the four-wheel drive components, T-case, front axle, stuff like that. We weigh in, car and driver, with my jack and subwoofers and everything, right around 3,200 pounds. Yeah, that's the nice thing about unibodies. You don't have that heavy frame. Now, come to think of it, unibodies, do you have any problem with flex? I don't know how much torque you're getting out of this thing, but have you done anything to the unibody or plans to do anything to the unibody to try to keep it from flexing as much? We haven't really done anything structurally yet. I have a good welder that I'm in cahoots with that when that day comes and we do have to do some reinforcement, that'll be also something that goes on the drawing board.
Okay. Well, at least it's something that you've already thought about. Yeah, I was just curious. It may be several thousand horsepower and a lot more torque feet that requires that, but it crossed my mind that I know when you take them out and wheel them and you twist them up, you can kind of cause a weakening of the unibody, and I could well imagine that going down the track could repeatedly do the same thing.
Correct. Yeah, we want to do a cage eventually. That'll probably be after we do forced induction and really go crazy with the horsepower. Probably a cage, and just do some minor reinforcements where it counts, so we don't damage anything as far as, twisting the thing in half.
So this thing still has the glass and everything in it, and as far as long-term plans, you don't ever plan on having this not be a daily driver, do you?
No. Actually, after the forced induction, we're not going to go too much crazier with it. We actually put it up to a vote with our fans to either build a full-size off-road project, like a Wagoneer or something, or a Mopar or AMC muscle car, a Javelin or a Duster or something like that. We really want our fans to kind of, make the choice for us because we're open to anything.
Well, that's kind of the way it is over at xjtalk.com. We love it when people come in and say, hey, help me spend money. What should I do to my Jeep? Because we all have ideas with other people's money.
I think that's a great thing about the Jeep community is we can all, share what we've done with each other and get new ideas, and it keeps it fresh, and that's one thing I love about Jeeps in general, and there's always so much you can do to make it your own.
Absolutely. I think it's a wonderful idea. Of course, I'm a big Jeep Cherokee fan, as well as a Wrangler fan, but I think it's really cool that you're taking something that, they made nearly 3 million of these things, and people are still doing off-the-wall things that people say can't be done. Why are you messing with this? Use a Mustang, use a Charger, anything other than a Jeep. And then people are just blown away whenever the Cherokee comes out on top, or at least close to the top. And we're talking about the XJ people, not that 2014 thing. Maybe in 15 years we'll be talking about it, but I kind of doubt it. Hey, Jesse, let's... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
No, I want to hear what you were going to say about the 2014.
I can't justify that being a Jeep. I grew up with, rugged, reliable, four-wheel drive vehicles, or just the way Jeep should be. And seeing this grocery getter, crossover, whatever it is, I mean, it's a shame. It really is. I'll stick to my old school real Jeeps and leave that thing for whoever's buying them.
Well, thank God they made so many of them, so we should have them to play with for a very long time, and we can just ignore that bastardized child that Jeep has made. Hey, Jesse, I know there's ways that people can keep up with you online. How can people contact you? How can they watch what you're doing? How can they get information as they need it from you?
Everybody, please feel free to get on Facebook and like our page. It's Team XJR, and picture of White Thunder will be his profile picture. Also, we're going to be setting up a YouTube channel just to show our test runs and builds, as far as anybody that's interested in following that. In August sometime, not a specific date yet, we'll be going to set that record, or break that record, I should say, and I'll be sharing that on the page. So, yeah, mostly our Facebook page is where you guys can find us, and please feel free to check us out.
Well, Jesse, can we talk you into coming over to xjtalk.com and being a member and posting up over there as well?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for being with us tonight. And I know just from the post that I put up on Facebook earlier before our interview, and must have had 20 or 30 replies from people, that everybody's really excited about this. It's got to be a wonderful feeling to be doing something that you love, and to have so many people interested and wanting to hear more about it, and wishing you so much well, and hoping that you reach your goal. And I'm quite sure you will.
Oh, sir, right back to you. I appreciate this opportunity, and your show is great. I also wanted to, let the people know we appreciate all your support. A lot of people see the XJ, and, they're like, wow, this is the real deal. People hear about a race Jeep, and then they say, well, that's silly, and then they see it, and they're like, wow, this is the real stuff.
That's great. Thanks again, Jesse.
Thank you, sir.
Well, big thanks out there to Jesse Ryder for doing that interview here with us over at XJ Talk Show and support. You guys got to go over to Team XJR Racing and go check out White Thunder. It really is a pretty cool Jeep. He's got that thing set up pretty good. I was very much surprised to see that it was a 4-door, but they're doing some great things with that. And all the luck to Jesse, you and your team. And I really hope you guys beat that record. You're picking the hottest month out of the year to beat your speed record. I'd say do it in a colder month. You get that colder air in there, a little more dense. You might be able to knock off a few tenths of a second. Anyways, big thanks again to Jesse with Team XJR Racing. Go check out the Facebook page, guys, and support what they're doing. And guys, everybody's got a Jeep story to tell. You don't have to be part of a race team or anything like that. We'd love to hear about maybe your recent wheeling trip. If you're interested in doing an interview on the XJ Talk Show, please send an email to interviews@xjtalk.com or just reach out to Tony and I through a private message over at xjtalk.com.
Yep. And now we get to one of our favorite segments, our voicemails. Hey, this is Tony.
And this is Josh from the XJ Talk Show. We want to thank you for calling our 24/7 voice line.
Yes, we do. Just leave your first name and your question or comment.
There's no guarantee, but we may play your message on the podcast.
Oh, and don't worry about keeping it clean. We'll take care of that.
Now it's your turn to speak at the beep.
Hey, this is Mickey G, and I've got a problem this week. My belts are squealing on me. They keep telling my wife that I'm eating fried food. Nobody likes a stool pigeon. Remember, snitches get stitches. I'll chat you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, but I'll remind you, nobody likes a greasy stool either.
Oh, jeez.
Hi, this is Altona Mudd from the XJ Talk forum. I am from Altona, Manitoba, Canada. I look forward to the podcast every week, listening to Tony and Josh talk about Jeeps. You guys have a great week and take off,
Hey, Ozer? Hey, don't you know?
I have to tell you guys, just to let him off the hook, a lot of that he threw in there because of the chat we were having, and I encouraged him to go over and leave a voicemail for us. He says, I can't, it'll cost too much money. And I reminded him about SpeakPipe and explained to him how it worked. And I said I was a big McKenzie Brothers fan from Second City TV in their segment with those two guys that were Canadian, and they were drinking brews and donuts. Hey, this is a jelly. And I said, if you could say out, which is oot in oot. Canadian, oot. And oot. So he threw those in there. He's a good sport.
Oh yeah, no, very good. I've actually got family up in Canada, and love the Canucks, love our Canadian brethren. So that's cool. Guys, for all of our international listeners, SpeakPipe is the way to go. Just head over to xjtalkshow.com, and you'll see the little pop out right there on the right hand side of the screen. You can leave us a voicemail right through the internet.
Yeah, xjtalkshow.com. We do not have the SpeakPipe on xjtalk.com, so you need to go to xjtalkshow.com. If you're looking at the video, it's right there at the bottom of the screen.
Hey, this is Mickey G, and I just listened to the podcast last night. I like to put it on YouTube and minimize it, have it playing in the background while I do my work. And when I say work, I mean play large amounts of Candy Crush. I like the background noise. I like to listen to YouTube so I can hear the pre-show and the post-show. And I'm just tooling along, and I get to the post-show, and I hear you guys talk about ice in your underwear, and it raises all kinds of questions. Crushed ice, cubed ice, dry ice, glacier ice, what kind of ice? And the biggest question is, where do I send my therapy bill? Because I can't get any sleep at night over this.
Well,
all right, guys, I'll chat you later. Have a good one. Bye.
I'll just mention, Nikki, that if you add salt to that ice,
no,
then it actually gets colder, and it adds flavoring.
Yeah, nobody wants your flavored crotch ice.
Hey, this is Mickey G, and keep thinking about the post show where you guys are talking about putting ice in your underwear. And I was going to be a bigger man and not go for the obvious shrinkage joke. Yeah, I just went there. All right, guys, I'll chat you later. Goodbye.
It got me laughing as hard as when I hear Josh's subconscious. It's pretty good stuff, Nikki G. Guys, you can get in on the fun too, just like Nikki G did. Leave us a voicemail. Hey, you just want to say hey or give a shout out to a good buddy or something like that. Give us a call at our 24/7 voicemail line, 530-675-4102. That's 530-675-4102.
Josh, we got to say a new review. It's an iTunes review, and it's our first non-5-star, but we appreciate it anyway. This is from, looks like Ben J 455. He says, good show with an exclamation mark and 4 stars. I don't really use the forum this podcast is based on, but the topics they cover are very useful.
Well, we do try. Yeah, we've got a lot of good tech that we enter and we give to you guys on a weekly basis. And so hopefully you guys are making some use out of that stuff. Very, very much appreciate the 4-star review. Could love a 5-star review, but nonetheless, we'll take what we can get. So Benja 455 or Ben J.A. or Ben J. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. In any case, nonetheless, thank you very much for the review and taking the time to leave a comment.
Yes, we really do appreciate it. Making light of the 4 stars, but we do appreciate it. And if you guys want to leave us a 1-star and criticize us on something, it doesn't do anything but help us. So,
nope.
I mean, everybody is patting us on the back and saying great job. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, if it really is that good, maybe it's me. Maybe I just don't have the confidence I need to believe that. But I just always think that we can improve. And Josh is the same way. So please feel free to let us know how we can improve and make a better show for you guys.
Always looking for that constructive criticism.
Yep.
Well, hey guys, one more big shout out to the Hidden Wounds XJ Facebook page. Please friend them and pick up some of their stickers or t-shirts to help support the cause. Also want to give a big thanks to John Prerunner 1982 for this week's Radio Comtech. And of course as well, big thanks out there to Jesse for the interview from Team XJR.
Yep. And I want to remind you guys that we'll have a all new This Week in Wrangler. What is it? This Week in Wrangler? No, it's All Things Wrangler.
All Things Wrangler next week.
All Things Wrangler with Rob next week. And what was it about? It's Tops for the Topless. That seems counterproductive, Josh. I don't know. It just, I mean, fat guys, yes. Girls, no. So
we'll see what happens with that next week, guys, and you'll definitely want to check out the live show for that. Trust me. Join us over there on Facebook. Make sure you friend us and tell a friend. We are on Twitter as well as Stitcher Radio, TuneIn.com, iTunes, and of course the live show broadcasting every week, 10 p.m. Central on YouTube. And don't forget about XJ Talk Show and, of course, xjtalk.com. It's the reason why we're here. Check out all that we have to offer online, including the entire show archive for your listening pleasure over at xjtalkshow.com.
And guys, Josh and I are working on a couple of new segments that you want to stay tuned for. We think you're going to enjoy them. We've talked a little bit about it on xjtalk.com and the forums. Well, I guess I can go ahead and say real quick, we're going to be doing some things, some unusual posts, things that people have done that are kind of strange, not necessarily Jeep related, but I'm sure we'll be going that way. Kind of like a WTF or what the hell were they thinking?
Took the 3 letters right out of my mouth.
Yeah, like what the hell was that type thing? So we think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be about posts that you can see on xjtalk.com, and hopefully there'll be things that you will find hard to believe people actually did. So look forward to that segment.
Yep, looking forward to those here in the very near future. And like I always say, guys, there's a 3rd seat open here for you. It could be just for you. All you got to do is reach out and give us a little touch. Give that 24/7 voicemail line a call. Once again, 530-675 4102. Hope to hear from you soon.
You guys bring the salt. We'll provide the ice.
We'll see you next week.
Have a great Jeep week. I can't believe how damn stupid I am. I mean, I got in here early tonight. I got everything ready.
And you had a nap and everything. You were well rested.
All the buttons.
Chipper. You were, yeah.
I clicked all the buttons, and I got, in my defense, I got a lot of buttons to press over here.
Yeah,
little things that slide, a lot of blinking things. And the only time I noticed that we weren't recording on the audio portion of the podcast is when I looked down to see how much time we had used. And I thought for a moment, oh, this is great. We got lots of time left because it's at 0.
Oh, no.
So we will be scrubbing the audio from the YouTube podcast for I guess 15, 20 minutes of the show, maybe longer. It might have been longer than that. Who knows? Because I couldn't read the timer. It wasn't anything on the timer. So,
man. Rookie mistake, man. That's JV stuff right there. I don't know about.
So what you need to do is right after you say you do the audible thing, you pause, you look straight into the camera and say, "Tony, did you press the record button?"
Yeah, right. Stop the show. Music dies down. Look right in the camera. I'll get real close.
Here it is. Did you press the record button?
Are we recording?
Or I can give you this. Just play it background, and that'll be my cue to press the record button.
You need to put that, the turkey gobble and push the record button on an endless loop, and then listen to that as you fall asleep every night. And it'll be like a Pavlovian response, and you hear the turkey gobble and be like, "Oh, I got to push the record button."
Well, the thing is, I believe that I need to do exactly what I learned in junior high about deodorant. Now, I learned a pattern in junior high, because that's when you start stinking, is around 6th grade, when you start making your own gravy smells. So, I learned then, because I would forget to put deodorant on, and I would wind up going to the bathroom and getting the soap that was in the junior high bathroom and putting it under my arms to stop that odoriferous odor. And and that stuff burns after a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure that when I got out of the shower or out of the bath, that the first thing I did was put on deodorant. Then after that, brush my teeth. And then after that, shave.
I'm a creature of habit myself, Tony, and I've had the same morning routine for, longer than I can remember. So, I can relate. But I figured, I expected more from you with missing the record button. Come on.
So what I'm going to do is, I think this is what happened. I think it was last week, week before, I actually started recording the pre-show on the audio only too. So I didn't have to mess with the recorder. It was already running. And then right before the show started, I stopped it and started it again. That way, I could actually get a good time on the show. I knew how much time we were spending. I just, tonight just didn't do it. Just looked down there, saw zeros, looked at the little flashing light, and it wasn't a situation where I pressed the button and it didn't take. I just didn't mess with it. And also, too, another thing in my defense, the microphone is right in front of the recorder.
Oh, so you got a blocked view.
Yeah. So I kind of have to look over to the side to see the time. Anyway, not to fear, people. We have the YouTube audio that we'll use, and we've got 49 minutes of audio that I recorded, so it'll all work out. So I don't think anybody's going to, but here in the post show over the next maybe 5 minutes that we're going to be here broadcasting, I'll throw up the number and open up the conference call if anybody would like to call in.
Conference unmuted.
So what that means is if you call in, all you have to do is start talking and join in on the conversation. I know Dean called in last week and spoke with us. And of course, Jake called in during the show. I don't know if Jake had something else to say. Sorry we had to cut you off. It's like professional radio people, how we get what we want out of you. We use you, then we cut you off. And in this case, we just mute you. We don't hang up on you. I remember getting hung up on several times when calling into radio talk shows. Oh, and did any of you comment on Josh's wonderful, beautiful background? Isn't that better than the egg crate material?
Yeah, no, I know. I do completely ghetto over here, but yeah, I kind of stepped up the game a little bit with the with a little bit of green screen action myself, and you know, couldn't be more thankful for getting that. So thanks Tony for the assist on that. And didn't see any comments there in the comment section tonight. I'm kind of looking over, just skimming it right now, and no comments on that. No, apparently nobody saw it.
Well, Dean said, "Great show, guys. That Jesse interview was interesting. Sounds like a nice guy."
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree.
Speaking of that, I probably got thanked 100 times, and I'm not exaggerating, by Jesse for giving him the opportunity to be on the show, and very excited about doing it. And I tried to explain to him after the third time, man, you're helping us because,
right,
you know, you're going to be on the show, you're going to talk, our audience is going to listen to it, they're going to think it's an interesting story, they're going to enjoy you. It's 50-50, so thank you. No, thank you. Pretty soon we were just exhausted from all the thank yous. And then they ganged up on me. He and his girlfriend were thanking me. So it was like 2 to 1. I had to double up, sometimes triple up, and gain a stroke. So it was a lot of fun. They're both very nice, and she was on Facebook asking me if the interview was going to be on tonight, and I said it's on right now. And she wanted to know where. And this is where you people need to take notes. It's youtube.com/xjtalk. And damn it, be here on time. We won't start on time, but you need to be here on time. So she said thanks. I don't know if she was able to get in and watch the show or not, but there was a good portion of the interview left whenever she was asking about it. Oh, and I had since I had managed to stick the pictures that Jesse had sent me a few weeks ago, I was able to, since I stuck them into a folder and was able to find them easily, I went over there and grabbed it looks like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, and was showing them up during his interview. So you guys got to see.
I was very surprised to see that it was a 4-door Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody says that the 4-door Cherokees with the addition of the C-pillar are a little bit more of a sturdy unibody design than the 2-door Cherokee. And so, that would help a race Cherokee in cornering and things like that. But with that extra length, with that extra body and everything, I mean, there's just so much extra weight that is added to a 4-door Cherokee. I mean, just with the doors and the glass alone, I'm really surprised that he went with a 4-door body versus a 2-door body. With that race XJ. So it was very interesting to see that. But nonetheless, I mean, that thing is cool. Stocky, nice, awesome stance to it. And just hearing the numbers that he was talking about and all the work that's gone into it, really want to see this thing in action.
So I'm going to throw the flag that Dan sent me along with that certificate back up on the screen. You guys can oogle and and I mean, I would prefer if you guys just looked at it and go, or the Homer sound. Anyway, so Hidden Wounds XJ says, anyone do ball joints lately? I'm sorry, you're on the wrong internet page for that, sir. Actually, my ball joint stopped popping. I guess they needed to move around and settle, but I'm not hearing that popping noise now whenever I back up or go forward. And the front end is a little more stable now whenever it goes over unstable road surface. You know, when there's one level's a little higher than the other. It still moves a little bit, but it isn't like shearing forces, Captain, prepare yourself, and then get both hands on the steering wheel and wait for it, and then adjust. It's just kind of like just hold your hand there. You know, the way God intended steering to be. So, I don't know if you guys are friends of XJ Talk on Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus, but we posted up about this wonderful flag that was flown in Afghanistan today, and I only found out today that the flag was the flagpole is actually mounted next to a piece of the Twin Towers, an I-beam from the Twin Towers. So I thought that was extra special, and I have not told my oldest daughter about that. I didn't add that Mandy, my youngest daughter, she works at Starbucks, and she works there way too much. She was working whenever Cassie looked at the flag and read the certificate. So whenever all three of us were there, Cassie was talking about the flag, and Mandy's like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh, you didn't see that?" And she runs over there and gets it and shows it to her, and shows her the certificate. And Mandy's like, "Yeah, what? Who died?"
Oh, geez.
She thought somebody had died because now, they do that with a flag.
In her defense, that's typical of what any police serviceman funeral. You see the images all the time in the movies and stuff. You've got somebody in their dress uniform handing the folded flag that they just pulled off the coffin to the grieving widow. It's all wrapped up in a in the typical triangle shape and stuff. I mean, it's I don't want to say it's synonymous with, but you see a folded flag, and one of the first images that comes to mind is somebody passing away.
Right.
And it is sad in that regard, but when you know the story behind something like what you received, it's still very, very touching, and you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, and it's interesting too how you can have more than one child, and how one child is one way and another child is the other. Of course, they're both adults now, but still, in my mind, they're still like children. And she wasn't disrespectful or anything about it. She was just like not as excited about it as what Cassie is, and they're just different people, and that's normal. So anyway, I thought I would share this. I think you've seen this, Josh. I think I put this up. Now, I have a lot of fun with the local Fox 26 morning people.
Oh yeah,
I get on Twitter and say things and get reactions out of them. And actually, I've been on the Fox 26 morning news several times, at least in the form of my tweets that I'll post. So I was watching. This is actually on Memorial Day. I was able to sit there and mess around on the computer and watch the morning news. They get on from 4 a.m. till 10 a.m. Yeah, so
I got up early.
Yeah, so I was actually up early. I think actually I woke up around 1 in the morning, and I stayed up, and it was almost 4, and I stayed up and watched the news, and I got caught up in the show and interacting with everybody. Both on the morning news, and also to other people that were following them and following the tweets. And there's a Twitter friend of mine. She's a doctor, and she's on Fox 26 fairly often. But anyway, on Memorial Day, she was going to be in Galveston. They were going to be talking about toxic. We had an oil spill here not too long ago, and they used some biodegradable cleaner to get rid of the oil, and she was talking about the toxicity of that and how it deposited on the sand, and you need to be careful, yada yada yada. But she was going to be on 7, 8, 9, 10 at the top of the hour, I believe, or at least maybe it was 6 through 9. So she was going to be on repeatedly. So I watched for her, and they had John Donnelly with Fox 26 News. He does a lot of their remote reporting, and he was on Galveston Beach with her. So they're standing there in the dark at first talking about this stuff, and then the next hour comes, and now it's morning, and it's a beautiful beach with waves and the sunrise. And then it hit me. I would grab a still of the screen and add a little something, a little spice, a little how can you say bacon salt to the image. So here's what I did. So if you're watching live, or if you're watching YouTube, you know, if you're only listening to the audio, I don't even think I'll describe this. You just need to go to YouTube to look at this. Anyway, so this got a big response from several people at the Fox Morning crew, and certainly from Dr. Noreen Khan Mayberry. The middle name of Khan, I so desperately wanted to make a Star Trek joke. I wanted to ask her if she had a Star Trek uniform.
It is spelled Khan, Khan.
Yeah. But I didn't want to be I didn't want to offend, just in case. So I didn't. But she thought that was hilarious, with the little I'll just say it, with Godzilla approaching from the waterway.
Yeah, he's got a pic of Godzilla about a half mile offshore, stomping in. It looks like it might be the older Godzilla too, from the 60s, 70s.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, so he's got, and it's perfectly photoshopped in there. So it really looks like a still from a live news report of, you know, a reporter interviewing this Noreen Khan Mayberry with Godzilla coming on the shore. So just you know, I still cracks me up looking at this, and it's a great job, Tony. Very good job.
She posted. And what was really funny is she was, you know, promoting herself and being on the on Fox News, and she actually said, "Best Photoshop ever. I will use this." So,
nice.
and she did. Whenever she went to post up that she was going to be on the next hour, she used this photograph, and she didn't say anything about Godzilla. She just said, "I'm going to be on Fox News."
Oh, okay.
At 9 or at 10 or whatever it was. And be sure to watch. It was just so funny because it's like it's Godzilla photobombing the video segment here. So anyway, I thought that was really. I laugh at a lot of things that I do, but seldom do other people join in. So that's what the big deal here is that people really like this. This goes back to that thing I say all the time, infinite number of monkeys on infinite number of typewriters. Eventually you're going to hit something out of the park. So that was a lot of fun. Well, Josh, should we wrap up this pre-show, or should we throw any more things out there for Nikki G?
Yeah. No, I think that's about it. I'm just about wrapped up with the script for our promo here. I just got a couple more finishing touches, but that's about it. So yeah, I'd like to thank everybody who joined us in the comment section tonight on the YouTube channel. So big thanks, guys. All of the fellas who joined us. You guys can join in on the fun as well. Just pop over to youtube.com. Check out the XJ Talk Show and join us every Thursday, 10 p.m. Central, for the pre-show, post-show, and, of course, the live broadcast.
I'll just mention real quick, I think Dean Murray likes you better. He says, since y'all have green screens, you could put yourself in different places. Like Josh could be in front of the Grand Canyon and Tony could be underwater.
North Pole was thrown in there, too. I just did. Tony looking over Josh's shoulder. Yeah, just an image of you standing behind me.
Yeah. Now, when Josh and I were talking about the green screen coming in, I mentioned to him, he's like, "Oh, this is going to be great. This is really going to be neat." And I said, "Well, I'll just warn you, since I'm at the controls, I can put whatever background I want to put on behind true. You." And he's like, "Oh my God."
Tearing down.
So you can never tell. Anyway. So, guys, have a good night, and thank you very much for being here. We always appreciate you showing up for the live show, and for you guys that are watching this on YouTube, thank you for taking the time to stick here with us all the way through the end of the post show. We'll see you next week. Like Josh said, 10 p.m. Thursdays, 10 p.m. Central Time on Thursdays, youtube.com/xjtalk live events. So be there, or I'm not going to say this, too old. Anyway, be there. We would really appreciate it.
See ya.